Nearest place is Sharneyford, just down there.
Never heard
and this
of it.
is sort of Slate Pit Hills. Let's walk up here a bit. Moor, and that's Todmorden Wind Farm.
I didn't even know there was a Todmorden Moor.
No, I didn't.
So, what was the attraction for this area?
One, I've never been here. Secondly, what we're doing is we're going round to that point somewhere over there. But there's a high point, Thievely Pike, where you can, which is probably over there.
Yes.
Where you can look down and over Burnley. It's just somewhere I've never been before. And it's a voyage of discovery for me today.
Ah, right.
Yeah. And it's just somewhere new. It might be interesting, it might not. I've always been intrigued by it and I think it's a lower one. There's like two paths. You see here, there's a green dotted line with one. There's another one going off from this point. That's where we are at this point here. So I think we have to get that lower one, yes, that goes along there. It looks more like the proper thing on this tarmac road. So this is probably to do with the wind farm, so let's just go back down. I've seen it on the map previously and thinking, yes, there's another whole section of moor over there.
Right, it says it's a private road.
It's a road, it belongs to whoever laid the surface.
Somebody put a comment up that we shouldn't have gone up.
Private roads are private roads. Public rights of way are totally different things.
Right, so you're saying that people can walk up it, but it means a vehicle doesn't walk.
If someone tarmacs over
Yeah.
a public right of way, which they have every right to if it leads to the farm, then they're responsible for the surface, so they can say vehicles can't come down here, but it's still open to people and possibly horses too.
Right.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Inquisitive wants to know, is it going to get fed?
Hello. Are we going to get a snort? I've got nothing to give them.
Bit later we turn off.
And it's a bit rough going.
Probably a bit better once you get out of the moor, which is
Let's see. The weather.
Oh yes, yeah.
You know, bit of sunshine. Long time coming.
Given the location and the drip down into Backup, they could be small dams to collect water to feed down the rivers into some mill in Backup.
Yeah, because that looks like a reservoir.
Well,
one over there.
They're all the same. There's a dam wall at each end of it, you can see. So it's been a tiny valley's been dammed up. Yeah, on the horizon, just above where the gate is, you can see there, is a little hump. I just make out something white on top of it, which my guess is a trig point, and if so, that's Thievely Pike where we're heading for, yeah.
Right, that's somewhere new for me.
And somewhere new for me.
Drama ahead. Navigation skills.
I think we turn off here.
I think it's
the right spot.
just as well.
You either go around there.
Are you wading through it?
Or go around here and up that one. I think we'll go that way.
Problem solved.
It used to be so common round at home at one time, but now you're a rarity. So to me it was a hard vision of spring. You'd step out from the door on a Tuesday, probably, some day in February on a sunny day, and suddenly hear these overhead. You know, obviously, you know, from Todmorden Moor, but now not a thing. You know, but, I don't think I've heard one for 2 or 3 years. Beautiful.
I can just hear it. Because it's just heard a skylark.
As I say, a little bit here, a skylark. Not common.
All I can hear is an aeroplane at the moment.
Yeah, it does go further along actually, but then drops down into Cliviger. It does go along there quite a way. This path, you can see this. This is how it's meant to be. Right on. Showing the path going down there, one going there, and on this side it's showing one going along there.
All right.
Here. But
Are you doing a repair job? Looks like it.
I think I'll just leave it.
Give up. Oh, we've done that.
Thank
you.
Thank you. I don't think ever with the old new gates, somebody puts them up, but nobody ever seems to come and oil the workings.
Yeah, sounds like it as well.
Just so it's,
That shattered me eardrums,
yeah,
wasn't it?
it's the boundary between Burnley and Rochdale.
Is it?
Oh no, it's a marker. Burnley 10 miles. Sorry, Burnley 1 mile. And Rochdale 10 in that direction.
Is it very old? Could be.
It's another Limer's Gate. Look, just make out Limer. It's one of these ancient
routes.
Yeah, anything like Limer's Gate is where pack horse trails would have come, and they were taking lime from limestone areas,
Right.
burnt lime, to farmers to spread on moorland fields. 18th century at least, I'd say.
Oh, it's not very old, is
No.
it?
The route would be older than that, but that's, you know, fairly smooth carving. So I'd say this is not even maybe early 19th century, I don't know. Keep your eyes open on a walk and you'll always see something of interest.
I wonder why it is that everybody puts their hand
I don't
when
know.
they get to the top
So
of
they
a
can say they've
trig
been
point.
there.
Is there a sort of reason for it?
Yeah.
What's it called anyway?
Thievely Pike.
Thievely Pike.
Yeah. I tend to use them by sitting on the plinth. But if we have a look round now, you can see Hurstwood, those reservoirs over there. Hurstwood is where we've
Just see it.
walked from, and that's where the route that goes over to Widdop goes up past those reservoirs and over the moors.
So they all join
Widdop,
up,
yeah.
don't they?
Still on video. Thievely Pike.
Thievely Pike.
Fabulous views.
Right. All the videos I've seen, people tap, and I wondered why.
For me, it's just, you're at the highest point around here, so you touch it and you've made it to the top. That's just for me personally.
Yeah.
What about for you? Did you touch it?
I did because everybody else does it, but I don't know why.
Yeah. Normally I
Yeah.
stand on top of it too, then you're at the highest point.
Right.
Yeah.
I just wondered because I've seen so many people doing it on videos, walking
Yeah.
videos. Right, it's a lunch break here.
Rocks are quite dry and warm anyway. That might be the smoother stone for you. I thought that might be a better one now. You're right.
That was very interesting. I was talking to that young lad. He was telling me the reasons that they tap the trig pipe is just to prove they've reached the top. It
Well, they've actually been, but actually, in fact, trig points are not always the highest point. It is here, obviously, but some places not.
Tell you what, there's loads of midges around, isn't it? A bit worried about getting bitten.
The sun brings them out.
Because I've not got any ointment.
There are more flies in midges at the moment.
Oh, hundreds of them, isn't there?
Pendle. And then Pennygent is in the haze over that way.
Yeah.
And Ingleborough is in the haze over that way.
Oh, it's a bit too far that to pick
you'll
it
not
up.
see. You probably won't pick them up on a camera. No, we have to get back to that bottom road now. The lane we walked on to begin with,
Yes.
we'll do that. We turned off it, and now we'll get back on at the other end of it and walk along.
Right. I will say about these walks is it's absolutely wonderful to get out in the open air, have your exercise, do your walk, but most importantly the peace and quiet. It's absolutely beautiful. Away from the traffic. Everything's so hectic and so busy. So it's good just to experience it.
There is natural iron in a lot of the rocks in the coal measures.
Right.
So when you mine coal or where there's shale, even just shale beds sometimes, you see the water leaching out being a reddish colour. It's just natural iron
So
in the rocks.
how
Well,
did
there's a
you-
pumping station for the mines. So there must be mines up here. So that compound behind you is a pumping station belonging
Right.
to the coal board. And this is obviously, must be connected with it because those water tanks, there's 3 of them, 2 of them are empty, and they're really, really red, rust coloured.
How weird.
There must be the iron in it.
Never seen that.
So it must be pumped from there into here and then discharged into the rivers. Maybe they're trying to get all the iron out of it. We should have followed this wall along, but actually, according to the map, where we joined it, where those works were, was about the place where it should have started.
Started.
We followed a farmer's track which doesn't show on the maps and took us around there. But if you look beyond that next field, there's no real path going through that field.
So it would have been
we've
wrong.
actually probably done better coming this way
Right,
around.
oh well.